am not a big fan of let's do a parasite cleanse anymore. I rarely give them. If I don't think I've given one a very long time. And I am a huge advocate of let's heal the base of the gut. And that should take care of those extra pieces.
What are some of the top indicators for parasite issues? I mean, these become kind of a fad. So would love to hear you just talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of the supplements, a lot of the symptoms for parasites can also be very hand in hand with like candida or even H. pylori, right? Like a lot of people can feel inflamed or bloated or have joint pain. H. pylori is going to be a little bit more like heartburn, acne, a little bit more emphasis on the bloating, but candida can also go hand in hand with H. pylori. So there's also like stacking of gut health issues, which tends to happen a lot, specifically if you've had an imbalance in your microbiome for an extended period of time, right? Like seeing H. pylori with candida is very common. But with the parasite, I find that they can mimic a lot of like symptoms, specifically of candida. With some of that brain fog piece tends to be really big in parasites. Fatigue, which these are symptoms that, to be honest, there can be a lot of causes for them, right? So that's why I'm always kind of like, let's fix like general gut health. And then if we still have these symptoms, then we can treat the parasite, or then we can do the parasite cleanse if needed. But most of the time, once our body's in a right position, I feel like they take care of them themselves. The hard part about parasites, though, is even if you test negative for them, you still might have them. And I'm sure that's been shared a lot in the sense of they're tricky and they might not be in a certain part of their cycle while you're testing for them. So you might not actually have them or test positive for them in your stool. So there's a lot of nuance to parasites, and I feel like a lot of symptoms that parasites present can also be either explained away from something else that's going on in your system, or could just mimic like something else that's going on.
Why are we seeing so much more parasite activity in people's bodies?
Yeah. So one, I think, again, kind of like with education, like people didn't really know or realize parasites were a thing. So now all of a sudden they're taking these cleanses and they're pooping out all these worms. One, half the time they're not real worms. I don't know if you look at pictures, but I'm like, that's not a worm. That's like that you're cleansing, but that's not a worm. Two, yeah, right. Like sometimes I'm like, what? Two, I think that people are doing them and feeling better. Like, absolutely. But if you look at parasite cleanses, they have binders. They have a lot of times pre or probiotics involved. They have other things that I'm like, maybe that's the thing that's making you feel better. Not necessarily the parasite leaving, which the parasite leaving could also make you feel better. But I'm just saying that a lot of the cleanses also have just general gut health pieces in them. And some people have to do parasite cleanses a million times, but I'm like, is that because you have leftover parasites, or is that because 2 weeks is not enough to fully heal the gut if you're doing a cleanse? So I definitely have a lot of thoughts on that. And again, I'm not trying to hate on all parasite cleanses or anything like that, but I do think we also like to reach for a quick fix, and blaming a parasite and doing a 2-week parasite cleanse is a lot quicker than addressing the fundamentals of diet and lifestyle.